Good evening. This is Darren and Julia with the Mental Minute Baltimore. Good evening, Julia.
Good evening.
Yes, and this is something that me and Julia started at the beginning of the pandemic. And Julia is a clinical therapist with a specialty in trauma and addiction. She recently published her first book, Crossing Paths, the intersection between trauma and addiction. Go out and get that book. But also, she has her own practice that's fully staffed, that's here for the community. And we get questions in every week, every day for Julia. And the question that we got today was, Julia, learning to say no to my children and why it's important.
Wow. Yes. That is the age-old struggle, I think, as a parent, and being able to say no. Goodness, especially around the holidays. I think we use Santa or whoever as an excuse to say no. But really, if we don't say no to children, we're doing a disservice to them. By saying no, we're setting structure and boundaries for them, which kids need in order to feel secure and safe. We're also teaching them that genuine happiness isn't something you can always buy. It's not always getting what you want. And we're kind of teaching them that instant gratification isn't the general way of life. The other thing is we're teaching kids to learn to appreciate what they have instead of what they may want. And so we're encouraging them kind of to grow. And through this, we're boosting confidence. We're orienting them towards like this reality, because in the real world, I don't know about you, but I can't go out and buy every single thing I want. I have to tell myself no if I want to be able to buy my kids anything. And so then we create this self-awareness, and it cultivates empathy by us not getting always what we want. We understand what it's like for people to struggle. We understand what it's like for people not to be able to have what they want. And it creates this growth of empathy so that we can relate and kind of interact with people in a different way.
Thank you very much for that. And then to elaborate a little on that, what would you say to the parent that says, hey, growing up, I had it bad and I became successful? I guess in anybody, success can't be measured by everybody a little bit differently, but they have financial means and I'm going to get my kid everything that they want. What would you say to that parent?
Well, I would challenge, the first thing is, what does the kid really want? Is time with you more important than material items? And then are you teaching them that money buys everything? Because money doesn't actually buy everything. And some things can't be measured. You can't get back time. They recently did a big study on, if you had $1 million and I don't know, it was a obscene amount of money, what would the one thing be that you would buy? And they asked hundreds of people, and the one thing they said was time. Time was the one thing that creates happiness. And so with all that money, you can buy and fulfill all being bored and not learning, all that stuff, but you can't buy time. And so again, I would challenge those people. What are you trying to fulfill for these kids that they can't do themselves and that you aren't able to do with them?
Thank you very much for that. And to anybody out there, any parent, if you have a struggle in this area, if this is an area where you say, wow, I'm really challenging this, I might need some help in this specific area, please check our Facebook page, but also reach out to Julia. She does offer free consultation. She has a full practice that's here for the community. And I say this every week also, if you're going through something this week and you need to talk to somebody, please reach out to Julia. You don't have to do life alone. There's people out here, there's organizations that are just want to be here for the community. And like me and Julia, that's why we do this. So like always, Julia, thank you for your time, taken away from your family, friends, writing, your business, just to spend time with myself in the community. I appreciate you and thank you.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Awesome. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.